Why is it that securing sponsorships in motorsports often feels like a more grueling marathon than the race itself? A question that echoes in the minds of countless racers and team managers. Sponsorships are the lifeblood of motorsports, especially road racing. They're not just financial lifelines, but partnerships that can transform a racer's career trajectory. The journey to secure these sponsorships, however, is fraught with challenges. Road racing is an exciting, adrenaline-fueled sport, but it's also highly competitive. The competition isn't just on the track, it spills over into the scramble for sponsorships. Every racer wants to catch the eye of sponsors, making the quest for financial backing a high-speed chase in itself. The costs involved in road racing can be staggering. From the racing vehicle itself to the maintenance, team salaries, travel, and event participation fees, the expenses pile up faster than a pit crew can change a tire. These high costs mean that securing a substantial sponsorship isn't just desirable, it's essential. But finding a sponsor isn't as simple as waving a checkered flag. It requires a blend of business acumen and marketing prowess. Racers need to sell not just their skills on the track, but their value off it. They must package themselves as a brand, offering potential sponsors a compelling return on their investment. This could be through exposure, branding opportunities, or even alignment with a racer's personal values and image. Despite these challenges, the sponsorship struggle is not an insurmountable obstacle. It's a test of endurance, strategy, and resilience. Just like in road racing, the key to victory lies in understanding the terrain, knowing when to accelerate and when to conserve energy. So yes, securing sponsorships in motorsports can feel like a marathon. But remember, every marathon has a finish line, and reaching it requires not just speed, but strategy, determination, and a willingness to overcome hurdles. But don't get discouraged. With the right strategies, the sponsorship hunt can turn into a victory lap. So, what are the different sponsorship options available for road racers? Let's shift gears and delve into the various types of sponsorships: corporate sponsorships, individual sponsorships, and community support. Picture the corporate sponsorship landscape as a high-speed freeway. It's bustling, high stakes, and can propel your racing career into the fast lane. Corporations can offer substantial financial backing, along with resources and exposure that can put your name on the map. But keep in mind, securing a corporate sponsor is no Sunday drive. It requires a compelling proposal, a strong racing track record, and the ability to deliver significant returns on their investment. Now, let's take a detour down the lane of individual sponsorships. Here, you're more likely to encounter passionate fans or affluent individuals who are personally vested in your success. The road may be less crowded and the stakes are often lower, but don't underestimate the potential. Individual sponsors can offer flexibility, personal connections, and a more hands-on approach to supporting your racing career. The challenge? Finding those willing to invest their hard-earned money in your journey. Finally, let's navigate the warm, welcoming streets of community support. This can come in various forms: local businesses, clubs, or even friends and family pitching in to support your racing dreams. Community support can be a powerful fuel, offering not just financial assistance, but also a solid fan base and a sense of belonging. However, the amounts raised can often be modest, and it can be a delicate balance to avoid overburdening your community. So whether you're eyeing the fast-paced corporate freeway, the less traveled lane of individual sponsors, or the hometown streets of community support, remember that each has its own unique advantages and potential roadblocks. Remember, the best sponsorship option depends on your unique circumstances and capabilities. It's all about finding the right route that aligns with your racing ambitions, personal style, and available resources. So buckle up, because this journey towards securing your dream sponsorship is about to get exciting. Now, how do you set your sponsorship gears in motion? Imagine you're on the road racing track and your potential sponsor is the finish line. To reach that finish line, you need a well-mapped strategy, a compelling pitch, and a showcase of your undeniable value and potential. Here's how you can fuel your sponsorship engine to race towards that goal. First, let's talk about your approach. You wouldn't just jump into your racing car and speed off without a plan, would you? The same goes for approaching potential sponsors. Take time to research your potential sponsors. Understand their brand, their goals, and how a partnership with you can be mutually beneficial. This will help you tailor your approach and make a compelling pitch. Speaking of compelling pitches, your proposal is your vehicle in this race. It's what carries you towards your goal. So, it needs to be as polished, well-maintained, and high-performing as your racing machine. Your proposal should highlight the unique benefits you bring to the table and how these align with your potential sponsors' objectives. Remember, they're also looking for a win, so show them how sponsoring you can help them cross their own finish line. Now, let's get to showcasing your value and potential. This is where you rev up your engine and show them what you're made of. Highlight your skills, your achievements, and your potential to excel. Show them that you're not just a good investment, but a great one. Importantly, remember that sponsorship is about building relationships. It's about more than just funding. It's about demonstrating professionalism, delivering on promises, and maintaining a positive, mutually beneficial relationship over the long haul. So, let's recap. Approach potential sponsors with a well-researched strategy. Create a compelling pitch that aligns with their goals. Showcase your value and potential. And above all, build relationships based on professionalism and mutual benefit. Your value proposition is your key to winning sponsorships. Make it as irresistible as a checkered flag at the end of a race. But what if you hit a sponsorship roadblock? You've been there, right? You've done your research, crafted a compelling proposal, and approached potential sponsors with positivity and confidence. But sometimes, despite your best efforts, you might find yourself facing a seemingly insurmountable hurdle. This is a common experience in the world of motorsport sponsorship, but don't lose heart. One of the most common roadblocks is rejection. It's a tough pill to swallow, but remember, it's not a reflection of your worth or potential as a racer. More often than not, it's about the sponsor's circumstances. So when faced with rejection, don't retreat. Instead, be persistent. Keep approaching potential sponsors. Each no brings you one step closer to a yes. Then, there's the obstacle of invisibility. In the crowded racing scene, it can be difficult for a racer to stand out and grab the attention of sponsors. To overcome this, focus on enhancing your profile. Participate in community events, engage with fans online, and build a strong personal brand. Show potential sponsors that you're not just a racer, but a valuable ambassador for their brand. Another roadblock you might encounter is a lackluster proposal. If your sponsorship requests are consistently met with silence, it might be time to revisit and revamp your proposal. Make sure it clearly outlines your value proposition, establishes a potential return on investment, and presents a compelling narrative about your racing career. Lastly, don't shy away from seeking professional advice. Sponsorship is a complex business, and there's no shame in needing a little guidance. Reach out to experienced racers, hire a sponsorship consultant, or attend workshops and seminars. Remember, roadblocks are not dead ends. They're challenges meant to be overcome. They test your resolve and determination, and ultimately, they make you a better, stronger racer. Roadblocks are part of the race. The trick is to keep your eyes on the finish line and your foot on the gas. But what if traditional sponsorships just aren't working for you? Sometimes, despite your best efforts, the usual routes of funding through sponsorships might not pan out. But don't worry, this isn't the end of your racing dream. There are alternative pit stops on the funding track you can explore. Firstly, let's talk about crowdfunding. Crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter, GoFundMe, and Patreon have revolutionized how individuals and projects get funding. With a compelling story and a well-structured campaign, you can appeal directly to the public to support your racing ambitions. Crowdfunding isn't just a way to raise funds, but also to build a community around your journey. Grants are another viable option. These are funds that you don't need to pay back. Look into grants offered by sporting bodies, government agencies, or private organizations. Some grants are specifically designed to support athletes and sports initiatives, and your road racing venture might just fit the bill. Keep in mind, though, the competition for grants can be stiff, so your application needs to stand out. Lastly, consider partnerships. This could be with businesses, local organizations, or even other racers. Partnerships can offer mutual benefits beyond just monetary support. For instance, a partnership with a local business could provide you with necessary resources like car parts or equipment, while they gain exposure and advertising through your racing activities. These alternative funding options can supplement traditional sponsorships, or even replace them entirely. They might require a different approach, but they offer new ways to fuel your racing dreams. The road to racing sponsorship isn't a one-size-fits-all journey. You'll need to navigate the twists and turns and find the path that's right for you. It might be a mix of traditional sponsorships, crowdfunding, grants, and partnerships, or something entirely different. Remember, every racer has a unique journey. Find the funding track that works best for you. So are you ready to take on the sponsorship race? Remember, the journey begins with understanding the landscape of motorsport sponsorships. From there, develop effective strategies that emphasize your value and potential. Expect obstacles, but don't be deterred. Instead, use them as stepping stones to hone your approach. And while traditional sponsorships are the goal, don't forget the alternative funding options. They could be your unexpected pit stops to success. With the right strategies, dedication, and a bit of creative thinking, the sponsorship finish line is well within your reach.